This video is on evaluating algebraic expressions. We have learned that algebraic expressions contain variables. Evaluating the expression means to substitute a number for the variable and then solve the expression. So let's do some examples. We're going to evaluate each expression for the given value of the variable. Our first expression is x minus 8, and we're given the value of 15 for x. What you need to do is you need to rewrite the expression, and as you rewrite it, substitute the 15 for x. So instead of x minus 8, I'm going to have 15 minus 8. And then we solve the problem. 15 minus 8 is 7. So 7 would be our answer. Let's look at B. Okay, this problem is read 24 divided by n, and we're going to let n equal 8. So rewrite the expression. 24 divided by 8, we're substituting 8 for n. Now solve. 24 divided by 8 is 3. I know these seem simple and that you can do them in your head without having to rewrite the expression, but it is important that you do rewrite the expression. These are simple expressions. When they get more complex, you will definitely have to write them, so we want to make sure that you get in the habit of rewriting the expression. So 5/10 y, that means 5/10 times y, and we're going to let y equal 1 2/10. So rewrite the expression, and I'm not going to use an x for multiplication. I can either use a dot, or since I already have dots with my decimals, I'm going to put in parentheses, and I'm going to let 1 2/10 be equivalent to y. Now all you have to do is do the math. So come over here, multiply by 5/10, 10. I need 2 decimal places, so my answer is going to be 6/10. Okay, here we go for D. 9 times k, and we're going to let k equal 1/3. So I'm going to rewrite my expression and substitute 1/3 for k. So it's going to be 9 times 1/3. If you'll recall, in order to multiply with fractions, both factors have to be in fraction form. So I can put my 9 over 1, and I can also simplify before I multiply. 3 divided by 3 is 1, 9 divided by 3 is 3. And that leaves me in my numerator 3 times 1, which equals 3. 1 times 1 in the denominator, so 3 over 1 is just 3. Okay, now it's your turn. You're going to, in your notes paper, you're going to go ahead and evaluate each expression for the given value of the variable. The first problem is 6 times x, and you're going to substitute 8 for x. The second problem is 6 5/10 minus n, where n is 2 8/10. And the third problem is m divided by 9, where you let m equal 18. So pause the video, solve the problems, and when you're done, come back to the video and go on to the next section. Okay, welcome back. To evaluate expressions that have more than one variable or more than one operation, first you substitute the given value for each variable, and then you solve using the order of operations. The order of operations is not going to go away. It's always going to be there. So let's start with A. Here we have 4 times the group of x minus 4, and we're going to let x equal 9. So again, we rewrite our expression, substituting 9 wherever we see an x. So it's going to be 4, parentheses, x is going to be 9 minus 4. Now I need to solve using my order of operations, and that is PEMDAS, in case you've forgotten. And first comes the parentheses, so I'm going to do 9 minus 4 is 5. I bring down this 4, and my last step is to multiply 4 times 5, and I get 20 as my answer. Moving on to problem B. X squared minus x, where x equals 8. Again, I'm going to rewrite my expression, but everywhere I see an x, I'm going to substitute an 8. So instead of x squared, I'm going to have 8 squared minus, instead of x, I'll put an 8. Now solve using order of operations. Exponents comes first. 8 squared is not 16. It's 8 times 8, which is 64, and I subtract 8. Now I can do my last operation, which is the subtraction. 64 minus 8 is 56. Okay, let's take a look at problem C. What's different about this is that there's a whole bunch of variables, different variables. For A, we had one variable, x. For B, we had x squared and x. But here we have a w, an x, and a y. It works the same way. You rewrite the expression wx, which means w times x minus y. You rewrite it substituting the values. So instead of a w, I'm going to put a 4, and I'm going to multiply that times x, which is a 5. And then I'm going to subtract y. Y is 6. So multiplication comes first. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract 6 from that, and your answer is 14. It's pretty simple. The main thing you need to remember is always rewrite your expression and substitute in the value for the variable. Okay, here are your final your-turn problems that you need to work in your notes. For problems 4, 5, and 6, you're going to evaluate each expression, and you're going to let n equal 5. And then for problem 7 and 8, you evaluate each expression, and you let a equal 3, b is 4, and c is a negative 6. Be careful on that negative 6 here. This is a times b minus c. So you're minusing c, and c is a negative 6. So that one's going to be a double negative. Okay, once you've completed these problems, that is the end of the video, and we will go over your work in class tomorrow.